Yeah, man. All right, Hellbillies, what is going on? You ready for this next lesson? I am. Hey, I want to say I'm really happy. I can't believe how many of you have responded to me and are appreciating this lesson. I never ever imagined I would have that many views and positivity. I even got some views on Facebook. Hey, do me a favor. If you're liking these lessons, share it on Facebook for me. I really can't get any ground on Facebook. I've been on there for 100 years, it seems. And the Reverend Hellbilly page has only got like 678 people following me. It's crazy. I just joined Instagram a month ago because somebody told me, oh, we really need you to get on Instagram. And I'm like, oh, okay. I got on Instagram. And I got on Instagram, and I'm on there, I think 5 weeks yesterday. And I got 900 followers on there. I'm like, what's going on? It doesn't make sense. I don't know. You know how Facebook is. It's for the old people, I guess. Anyway, let's get into this lesson. So everything I played there is, what we've learned already. So we played the minor, the box one. The extension. The bluz box. And what we're going to learn today, my thing was can we go this way one more? I'm like, let's go back the other way because we're almost out of real estate if we're going this way. So let's finish this up this way, and then we'll go on the next lesson. We'll go back the other way. And then, you know what? When we're done, we're going to be at the 12th fret. We're going to be able to go all the way up and down from here to 12. And when you get to 12, you already know it up here. You just keep going, okay? So, really important, this one. And this one you kind of know already. It's what you know. The only thing we have an issue with is that B string jumping. But we're going to just not worry about it and just learn this the way it is. And then we're not going to have that problem, okay? So, we're going to come here to the 2nd fret on the G string. That note right there, that's an A note. There we go, another A note, huh? We just find these A notes everywhere. They're just laying there like in the field, and we just grabbing them up. Okay, so there's the A note, and here's the A note, which is in our position 1 minor pentatonic box. We know that note. Now we got this note. So those are the octaves, though. That's pretty cool. So there's a lot of stuff here, just little things that you can, yeah. Yeah. So going down with the stuff, a lot of times you get the little things. I want to impress upon you guys some of the greatest guitar riffs that you ever can remember, the really ones that you really remember, there's no notes in them. Santana. There's no notes. That's such a remote, Well, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't have to have a whole lot of notes to be something great. Sometimes just the most simple little 2-note here and there. Plus doing that, the little tiny riffs in there, you get those in your head, they're in your fingers. You got a dozen of those. So when you are just improvising, you got somewhere to go. I'm kind of running real estate. Let's use idea number 3. And you're there. Okay, but so let's get back to this box. So I don't really have a name for this box. It's kind of like the Reverend box because I really never seen anybody teach it. It's part of position 5, the last position of, the pentatonics that you learn. The cool thing is, okay, so you have that A, and if you play that A and you play these 2 strings, which like Chuck Berry, it's an A and an E, and you play this A, kind of a cool chord. You know what kind of chord that is? That's an A chord. You could go, like. And I mean, an A chord, like, here's your regular A chord, your bar chord. That's the same chord. You got to make the reach with your pinky, and that's another thing we're trying to do. We got to get that pinky to work. Got to get that pinky to work. I mean, it's so important. It is like the most important thing. And I know you've seen like a lot of guys, and they don't even use their pinky and stuff, but I use my pinky a lot, and it is just it makes it. It's good. It's really good. You just get it. It's the weakest finger. I know it is, but it's important. So, and that's why we practice position 1 the way we do, Like if I got to do a serious bend, like I usually don't use the pinky, I'll slide that finger over. But this finger, I know a lot of guys like they'll use their pinky and they'll use the finger behind it to do. I don't have a good thing. If you do, I mean, use it. I mean, I know a lot of guys that use it. That's you use the second finger to back up the pinky. So anyway, let's get back to this box. So it's just the pentatonic though, So we got our A, our C. What do we got there? Our D, an E, a G, and our A. And our A bar chord. So, I mean, the only thing is, you're here we go. And here we go. We got to move the B string 1 fret to the south. But I'm telling you what, that right there, there's so much real estate in there because, you're here, you go up the step, and again, there's our 1 for our A, there's our 4, and there's our 5. So those are, those are important to know where your 4 and your 5s are. And guitar players love that little square box. Man. And there's your box too. So and you're dealing with the B string in an easier way, That B string could just be so daunting, like, oh, I don't know what to do with that B string. Just forget about it being there. Learn these little things like this. Forget about it. And then all of a sudden, one day you just wake up and you're like, what was I worried about this B string for? It's cool. It's cool, man. I can work around the B string. It ain't no thing. So, yeah, you got that A chord there? I love that A chord. I use that a lot. And you can move that down. There's your B, your C, your E. That's a cool chord, and again, we're getting into the cage system a little bit. There's a chord. This ain't a normal chord, but it's a chord. It's an A chord, and you're learning the notes around it. Another thing I like to do, so just a bonus tip here, you got this G, got that open G, there's a G chord. So, just practice that one too. All right, another quick thing. You got this rhythm like. So that's an A and a C. You got the A there, you got the A there, and that's your, your C is right there. So that's what your boogie woogie, your shuffle. Pretty cool? I think so. Okay. Another one thing I want to get to right here before we leave. So we got our A. Now we can go to the G position because that's in our scale. Do that again. So A, we got a G. These are all our scale. You know what I'm saying? All those positions we learned, those are it. So all of a sudden, I'm hoping that you can see this. Those 3 little positions, you're moving up and down the neck pretty good now. And what I'm doing there is a double stop. A double stop is 2 notes. You don't have to do the 2 notes. I mean, you can just go. Those double stops are really good. We're going to do a whole lesson on double stops real soon. But we got to get these boxes done. But right after the boxes are done, we're going to come out on these double stops. But I want you to practice that and think about that too, You got your G, your A, your C, your D, and you know what's coming next. That's right. One step is going to be to our E, and that's going to be the next box we're going to learn. Now, the next box we're going to learn is going to be that BB box. There's some weird stuff there. I mean, it's all really, really fun and really good stuff, but it's a little strange. So I wanted to get this box done because I wanted to we're out of real estate. We can't go this way anymore. You know what I'm saying? We're done. We got that note, that C note for us. But that's it. But I think this is money. I love this box right here. I mean, I don't see many people using it. That doesn't mean it's not cool. That means it's cooler because I don't see many people using it. So, all right. So we got A, C, G, D. Really? Is that what we got? No, we don't. A, C. You'd think I lost my mind, huh? A, C, D, E. G and E. G and A. A, C, D, G, D, and A. Same notes. We're just running through them. And just use that as an example. I know this stuff backwards and forwards, and I forget it sometimes too. You know what I'm saying? It just happens. So I love this box. You call it the Reverend box. That's what I'm calling it. We'll find another name for it. Leave me a comment. They say, hey, call it this box. Because all it really is that, the beginning of the minor pentatonic. But you got the B string, so we got to move the box. But again, we got that box that guitar players love that. And you know that already. You know what I'm saying? You already know that. We've already learned that. We just got to move that one little thing. And, there's tons of stuff in there. So again, I want you to think about, G, G, A, C, D, D, C, A. That's a cool riff right there if you're playing a lead. Okay? Anything you guys need, ask me some questions. I'll answer you. If you need some of these little things I got, you can email me, Rev Hellbilly at Gmail. I'll email you back. I'll send you those. I got them in the file in there. That's no big deal. You could Google those too. Sometimes they're hard. You're Googling it and you're looking through. I spend sometimes doing it for you guys just to find those. So do that. Thanks for everything. I really appreciate it. Hey, at the bottom there is my PayPal. If you want to send me a cup of coffee, give me a tip for this stuff. I'd like a cup of coffee. Sometimes I even have a little, nip of the spirits. It happens. Not much anymore. The COVID kind of took the fun out of drinking, so what are you going to do? All right. Smash that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Feel free to share this if you want. I don't mind. Leave me a comment, please. I love when you guys leave me comments because I love talking to you. If sometimes I sleep weird hours, so if I don't answer you right away, don't think as I'm ignoring you or whatever. I'm usually pretty good in a day or two. Yeah. All right. The Reverend Hellbilly saying cheers, you guys. Let your God go with you. And I'll see you in the next lesson. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited. Work on this one, man, because this one's really money, all right? All right. Cheers, everybody.